Hi guys, Ryan here. Quick recap from yesterday's race. So the race was held on the Slovakiaring, which is a motor racing circuit near Bratislava, and it's a pan flat course, very exposed, very windy on the day, 40 km per hour plus, which was a good thing to be honest, because it makes for some pretty difficult racing because the circuit lacks difficulty completely otherwise. Yeah, so the weather wasn't what you'd call ideal, but at least it didn't rain, which was quite surprising after seeing the forecast, and it was a nice 14-15 degrees, so yeah, I could finally wear my basically summer clothes with some arm warmers. How the race went? Well, unlike previous editions, I only took part in one, but the whole Dukla squad from Slovakia, it's basically the only continental team in Slovakia. Well, they all took part with 8 riders on the roster, and right for the gun, they went straight for the breakaway, 6 of them, and 2 remained in the pack. I tried to join, but for some reason the bunch wasn't very clever, should I say. To be honest, I hate this kind of racing, but they let a complete continental team go without any resistance. And when I wanted to go alone, a 60 kilo pure climber basically on a flat circuit, they instantly chased after me, so I don't really understand the logic behind that. Nevertheless, I couldn't join the breakaway when I wanted to, but they didn't want to chase either, so it was stupid, to be honest. I have no other words for it. There's nothing to be polite about here. Yeah, so I tried to pull the pace as much as I could. I went full gas basically at the front. No one wanted to pull a turn, even though, well, it was their race as well, not just mine. Then finally, after lap 3, I think, I finally managed to break through. And I went on solo after the lead group, after the breakaway group of 6 riders. And I felt very strong. I went basically full time trial pace, and I was inching ever so slightly closer, and I was expecting some riders to join me. Then one rider did, one Austrian rider, which I was very glad about, but unfortunately he couldn't keep up my pace. I wanted to encourage him as much as I can to stay together with the 2 of us, but he dropped off me, so I was on my own again. So basically I made this day into a time trial, and I was pulling basically until halfway through the race when I started to get a bit tired. Mind you, in the first hour and 20 minutes I've averaged over 300 watts and over 320 normalized, so these are pretty decent numbers for me. Yeah, weight just 59 kilos, so yeah, not really a straight terrain type of rider, but I was happy with this. Yeah, so anyway, the problem was that the bunch somehow got up and they started to chase after me, and I was being caught quicker than I was catching the lead group. So in the end I decided to call it a day and retreated. By that point the field or the peloton was ripped to shreds by the crosswinds, so essentially it was a 10 rider or so group that caught me. But afterwards still no one wanted to chase further to get back on the lead group. By this time they had a lead of around 2 minutes, but still, if you work together it wouldn't have been a problem. 2 riders dropped from that group as well, so it was just 4 of them against something like Well, there were at least 12 of us, or 13 perhaps, but no one really wanted to do anything. So in the end, it was really leading up to a reduced bunch sprint after the breakaway. I wasn't really interested in that. I didn't really have a chance in the sprint. I know that because, well, I put in a lot of effort beforehand, and I'm not that much of a sprinter. So I decided to give it one last attack. It failed, so I just sit up, finished that around 11th place I think. So yeah, at that point I wasn't really motivated to do much about that, nothing I really could have done. So yeah, pretty frustrating race, to be honest. Pretty unracy race mentality from the other riders. I'm pretty disappointed about that, but at least I know that my power, it has been confirmed again after last week, that my power is pretty decent now, enough to run with the strongest guys. So in the next 2 weeks I'm doing 2 time trials. One of them is pan flat, the other one is a hilly one. So hopefully I'll be able to use that to my advantage. Okay, so this was the report from the second race I've done this year. If you'd like to know more about the equipment that I've used, then don't forget to tune into the channel and subscribe. It's all for today. Thanks for watching and see you next time.